We hope, because what else would we do but hope? So I want to believe there are 2 weeks I started counting, possibly from today or yesterday. I will be back next 2 weeks, Monday, which is, I think, the last Monday of this month. And hopefully I'll be able to ask PANDEF, how far did they listen to you people? And I'm hoping they say yes. Well, if they did, we'll all know firsthand. There's no question about it. All right, we go from there to what I personally would call the most important headline in the news today. Because yes, Rivers politics is important, but it's a part of our lives every single day. But this one borders on life and death to dangerous proportions. The Rivers Ministry of Health has set up an independent investigative panel to investigate allegations of extortion through unauthorized project topic approvals, the sale of examination questions, and bribery for guaranteed passes at the Rivers State College of Nursing Sciences. The Commissioner for Health, Dr. Adeze Ore, disclosed this during a media briefing in Port Harcourt. She reiterated that the ministry's zero tolerance for corruption and assured that the matter would not be taken lightly. I'm trying to get that so we can hear her. Dr. Ore also announced the suspension of officials allegedly involved in the corruption claims, adding that a full forensic audit would be conducted on the Year 2 second semester examinations. My goodness, this is huge. Correspondent Martha Okiri reports that members of the panel are Chinedu Aliko as chairman, Dama Martins Wigo secretary. Other members are Dr. Golden Ohonda, Dr. Vincent Wachuku, and Dr. Maria Krukubo. Mrs. Sotonye is Sokariari. Do I have that? Okay, I'll try to get it at a later time. Oh, I think I have it.
As the Rivers State Ministry of Health was notified of these allegations, the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria and other security agencies were also notified of these allegations. We are not taking these allegations lightly. An independent investigative panel has been constituted by the Rivers State Ministry of Health to deeply investigate these allegations so that all guilty parties will be made to answer to these infractions and will be brought to book.
Dr. Rios also announced the suspension of officials. Okay, I've taken that. Let's hear.
There will be protection for all students who will come forth to support the investigative panel. There will also be a comprehensive review of academic and financial practices within the establishment. The Rivers State Ministry of Health is not tolerant of compromising the integrity of what should be professional examinations that are supposed to equip our healthcare workforce with the necessary skills and experience that is required to safeguard the health and well-being of our people.
All right. There are lots of ways to approach this. You can play the blame game, which is one of the many things I will do, and highlight how deep and far we have fallen. We complain about corruption, and it's usually pointed at the center, usually at power and authority. But within the ranks of our workspaces, there is serious corruption. I understand examination malpractice, not endorsing it, but hey, we all went to school. We know what it's like. But there are spaces where you do not want anybody to cut corners. This is an institution that is supposed to refine people who will work in the health sector. In other words, it's like saying that people taking exams to be lifeguards. You know lifeguards, right? Those people that if you jump inside swimming pool and you are drowning, they will now enter and save you. In fact, they would first make sure that you don't even drown. Not to talk of you drowning and them saving you. But basically, their job is to ensure that they guard your life. Now imagine people training to be lifeguards. You now hear that they engage in examination malpractice. What does that tell you? That nobody's life will be guarded. These are nurses. People that are getting trained in the medical field. Like I said, malpractice is not good anywhere, but for some particular fields, it is worse than others. Imagine you heard that people in flight school, training to be pilots, engage in exam malpractice. And even corrupt politicians want to get treated by good doctors. That's why when their left ear pain them, piam, they are flown to London. You stole money. We know you stole money. But you don't want to get treated by the system you have created. So it doesn't make any kind of sense. And I'm glad that the Ministry of Health is on top of this. Says there's going to be investigation and there'll be consequences. Please, there has to be. There has to be. This is a matter of utmost urgency. This is a matter of life and death, literally. Because if you have a quack, oh my goodness, it is impossible to quantify the degree of devastation. Like, you just cannot explain how bad it's going to be. And now that this has made the news, we have no idea how long this has been running for. We have no idea. Maybe some have graduated through this cutting corner strategy and they are currently practicing. You don't know. So there's a lot that we need to fix. The education, corruption, and everything, really. Everything. So well done to the Ministry of Health. We're hoping that the findings of the investigation is made public and the consequence is swift. Coming up next, we'll be talking about the Chimamanda, an update to the Chimamanda situation. But I'd like to hear from you now. The numbers of call 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp is 080 903 06416. Please turn off your radio as you call.
The speaker used them to settle the matter. But Rivers School want them to continue with the impeachment. Because they say they will not succeed to come out the governor, they will resign. We want them to resign. What was the offense of the governor? The man is using a past budget. The budget National Assembly passed. Budget, for that budget will elapse. It will be June or July. They say to come and pass budget again. My brother, I don't know what this will want to. And PANDEF, they should call you to weekend, not team. They should leave this settlement. Let us fight this fight once and for all. Anybody that win, go. If Governor Fubara win, Governor Fubara take away. If Wike win with his voice, they should go ahead. But I know Almighty God who created heaven and earth will not allow them to win. Governor Sim is going to carry the day. Thank you very much. God bless you. That's from All
right, Yeda, thank you. It's a mediation. Why would you call one party and leave the other? Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Sammy. Good afternoon.
Afternoon. What's your name?
I mean, this Fubara reminds me of how the state of emergency started happened. There were lots of quotes about constitution, prescription, definition, section 305, section 109, section 190. Everybody turned lawyer, describing what the constitution said and what the constitution did not say. At the long run, the man was suspended and Supreme Court finally ruled. They have started again. Some speak as the spokesmen of government. Some speak as the spokesmen of the assembly. Sammy, what me I'm bothered about is why PANDEF is coming in now. Where was PANDEF when the thing was trickling little by little? But people say, we want to separate fight. First of all, separate it when it is starting like a quarrel. Not when people have started tearing shit, punching each other. They want to separate fight. What if it was the governor that was defeating these people? What did PANDEF say when the governor did not pay these people for over 1 year and 4 months? See, Sammy, the issue here does not, refer to the illegality of what the assembly members are doing. The issue now should be, is what they accuse the governor true or not? Is what the assembly members doing their duty or not? If it is not, let them follow it up until it gets to the end. Let's know who is right or wrong.
Thank you very much. I was laughing because I remember how the emergency rule was at the time. I was reading the Constitution like the Bible, Section 305. And, I don't know how it is for you, but if you read the Bible consistently, you will keep finding things you did not notice the first time, even if you read the same scripture. Like you come back and I read this thing before. Why didn't I see it? That's how Section 305 was for me. It was new every morning. If you read it tomorrow again because you're preparing for the show, you say, the president has this power. Where was this power yesterday? Well, it is what it is. Hello, good morning. Sorry. Good afternoon.
Mr. Oracle, good afternoon.
Afternoon. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Chimadu. I'm talking to you from Mukuta. Mr. Oracle,
all right.
The two assembly members, I see their act as very frivolous and very weak. Because you cannot be playing hot and cold. We are not talking about your personal business. And we are talking about law that has been guiding us, that gave you the power at which you are using to talk as an assembly member. Then you want us to judge it with an emotion. What melancholy state is that you're bringing us into? That the governor has infringed on the constitution. You can imagine. This is on your own personal right. We're talking about constitution that guides all of us, and you're telling us that we should forgive all you're begging your people to do what? Meanwhile, the thing we are understanding that even the assembly, we are not even captured in this budget that the governor is using because of the bad. And the things have to affect you too. I do not want to even care whether they were even on guns, whatever anybody is calling them. I am calling for their recall because they do not fully represent a responsible people that are supposed to be in the assembly. Because you cannot be doing what you are doing and you want people to learn from you or want to say you are a leader. Let them be recalled, and I call Matthews and the Speaker of Assembly to give them, to suspend them. Because they are not making the assembly to become as static as it's supposed to be. Then for PANDEF, my brother man, if I take your memory back, so their leader, their former leader that is late, God bless his memory. He was one of them that was supporting the governor, even when they returned from that agenda, that Abuja. He was one of them that went to court against all this. Just as last week I told you, if it were to be against the assembly or maybe favorable to the governor, would the father have done anything? As the father not heard that the governor is not even giving the assembly anything as in to regard to their own constitutional project or anything like as I would say, then you're calling for peace. I told you before, the governor is one that is instigating this thing. He's applying that negotiate and advance method.
Okay.
Because there's problem, he will bring one negotiator, then he will use.
Thank you very much, Shima. That's way beyond the time. Thanks for calling. Good day, Mr. Sam Oracle. Lawmakers, Wanko and Abe, do I have those names correctly? Asked for pictures a good step and welcome development from those who still have little conscience, despite the pressure from some quarters. Governor Fubara should play politics, emulate other governors, get more of Rivers State House of Assembly members to his side. One Clinton West.